Okay, I think we've got a few people joining us today at 7A Glenbrook Road in Warburton. I'm Mark from the Professionals Yarra Valley. We are with Leela and Brendan, the owners of the property, helping us with the filming and the virtual Zoom open home. Let's get things going. So Leela is she's down on Glenbrook Road. Beautiful view there across to Mount Little Joe. Yeah, if you just pan around a little bit, Leela, and that's Glenbrook Road heading down to Warburton. Bottom of the road, you're on Station Street. If you take a quick left, you'll probably be at the Alpine Retreat in about 3 or 4 minutes, which is a pretty cool location. And obviously opposite the Alpine Retreat, you've got the beautiful Yarra River. If you were to head right at the bottom of Glenbrook Road, you'd probably be 5 minutes, if that, from all the cafes and shops of Warburton. So this is the driveway looking up towards 7A Glenbrook. It is, in essence, a battle axe block behind number 5, which is the house on your left. We've got lovely Julian on the right in his little tiny house. Really nice guy, Julian. And we're going to ask Brendan for a wave up the top. So that's we're trying to give you a sense of the driveway there, folks. It is steep, but it is sealed, and I don't have any issues in my little Volkswagen Golf getting up the driveway. It's all sealed, as I mentioned. So and look at those beautiful views down the valley. So let's thank Leela, and we'll cross over to Brendan now for a bit of a tour up top. Oh, that is Brendan. Beg your pardon. Excellent. Thanks, mate. So here we are up the top of the driveway. Beautiful. Perfect. I love this type of house, 1960s, classic mid-century home. It's got a lot of character and masses of potential. I think everyone's going to agree. Brendan, if we just look around a little bit to the left, I'll just show we've got undercover parking for 2 cars there. And again, just look at that awesome view of the Yarra Valley and beyond. Beautiful. So we'll walk through the house now. Brendan, if we go to your right, up the steps, undercover, instant gas hot water, which is very good. Little laundry, old-fashioned laundry, undercover. And we're going to head through. Fantastic. Here we go. Folks, we really are wanting to show everything in the property, and you know, we believe we've priced it accordingly, with the fact that there's going to be a little bit of work needing to be done. Some of the cornices, actually, sorry, Brendan, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's look at the kitchen while you're in there. Beg your pardon, mate. Pretty good sized kitchen, plenty of storage, very good sized pantry. Excellent. Double sink, stainless steel oven. And yeah, look, it's maybe a little bit tricky to see, but the cornicing really needs some attention up there. Might be tricky for Brendan to show us, but you know, look at the light coming through today.
Excuse me. Is it possible to mention which window is facing which direction?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. So that window is northeast. These windows, that's effectively the front of the house. If you can just spin around, Brendan, if we can show these windows. So these windows are mostly northwest. You're looking up to the mountains. You're looking across the Yarra River to the Warburton Golf Club, up to the mountains behind Warburton. Not directly north. My apologies. In the ad, I put north, but it would be more northwest. But still, loads of winter sun, floor-to-ceiling windows. Fantastic. So that's a pretty good size open plan kitchen, dining and living area. And you know, with the basically floor to ceiling windows, you've just got such a sense of space. Just walking through, I'd say main bedroom, again, northwest orientation windows, plenty of storage, and a little wood heater. How cool is that? Yeah, you really, the windows really bring the outside in. I love that. All right, let's head through to the second bedroom. A little bit smaller, but there you're looking, essentially, that's a southern orientation window. You can see the driveway there. Robes. Excellent.
Could you show us inside the wardrobes?
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so we've got hanging space and also shelving. Did you want to have a look inside the wardrobes in the main?
If possible, thank you. Just to see how big they are.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that cool, Brendan? Thanks, mate. Okay, that would be your hanging space. And more hanging space. Oh, cool. Slide out drawers at the bottom and a couple of shelves. Excellent. And, oh, we need to check out the bathroom, please. Toilet, shower. Perfect. Thanks, mate. Love the glass bricks, letting a bit of light in, but obviously maintaining privacy. Cool. Storage there. Hey, Brendan, how are you, mate? So, folks, if I've just had a question come through. We are going to have a look at the stumps in a moment. But this is your northwest terrace veranda. You can see the mountains through there. There is a bit of cracking, Brendan. If we can just, we've just got to show people these things. I think we can all see that this probably needs a little bit of attention. Mount Little Joe there behind the trees. Beautiful tree ferns. Nice place for a PIMS, I think. Maybe today would be good. So, Brendan, if we can just, this is a nice level area, folks. I think, again, a nice place for drinks or lunch or a picnic on a nice spring or summer day. And we're just going to have a look under the house. If we just head back. Oh, that's nice. So the house, I would say the majority is concrete stumps that you can see there. However, there are timber stumps, and the timber stumps, maybe a little bit ironically, supporting the concrete veranda that requires a bit of attention. So I would say 95% looking at it, the house itself is concrete stumps. So let's have a little bit of a wander. If we can, yeah, nice steps. It's a classic house, it really is. I want someone to buy this and give it some love and, you know, return it to its 1960s glory. These are really cool homes. I think we need to protect this kind of architecture. Beautiful. Excellent. So we have a lovely little garden shed here. Maybe a good woodshed, or it could be a little workshop. Place for your gardening tools, mountain bikes. Fantastic. So, Brendan, I think because of where you are, it might be a good opportunity just to look at the area that you and Leela are going to be leasing. Just walking up the hill. So for those who have got the Section 32 already, you'll see that we've recently had a small little wedge surveyed that Brendan and Leela actually live at number 3 Glenbrook Road. So 7A that we're selling backs onto Brendan and Leela's property at number 3. So there is a little wedge, that beautiful home, lovely people, lovely neighbours, folks. So on the Section 32, there is a lease has been created. The land's been surveyed. It's all been marked out, and Brendan and Leela are going to be leasing that. It is part of the Section 32. It is one of the conditions of the sale. It's a 20-year lease by Brendan and Leela of this little wedge of land. So it doesn't really impede, I don't think, at all on your enjoyment of 7A. But certainly something that we want to show people and try and give you a sense that it is away from the house. It is a part of the northern boundary. I'm not sure if people can see this, but that, actually, I think you're looking at the view. I've got an aerial view here if anyone would like it. I can send it through, or if my colleagues are looking after you, we can certainly send that through just to show you on an aerial view what that leased little bit of wedge of land looks like. So we're heading up towards the top eastern boundary corner.
Yeah, almost. It goes a fair way up. It's a fair hike, but yeah, almost there.
Awesome. I love that view. I've been up there a couple of times, and I just think throwing down a picnic blanket, even just doing a small little terrace or deck up there would just be spectacular. A fire pit, it's just stunning, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. I had a question about the lease. What does leasing it mean? It is a peppercorn lease. It's $1 per year, paid in advance. So it'll be $20 paid by Brendan and Leela for the use of that small wedge of land, and that all that information is in the Section 32, which we're happy to forward to you. And we're just walking down. That's a great spot. Brendan, I think you might have a little rest, mate. I think you've done really, really well, and thank you so much. Are there any areas of the property? Can I please have a look at the roof inside? So I saw your question, but it just cut off at the end. Have a look inside the roof.
Sorry, just wanted to have a look inside in the kitchen, like on the roof.
It looked like there was some black stuff on one of the beads.
All right, yep. I think Brendan can hear us. He's heading back down to the house.
Yes, so the roof itself was replaced about 12 years ago. So I'll just give you a visual of the roof. It's a colourblind roof. So it is in good condition, and obviously being 12 years old. So I'll be back inside in a second.
Sorry. Do you mind if we have a look inside in the ceiling, like the ceiling of the kitchen?
Yep, we're heading there.
And I also wondered if Brendan could tell us what the floor to ceiling height is at the smallest part of the roof at the back end.
Good question. Sorry, I should have been prepared for that one. I did think about it this morning.
The manhole you want to have a look at?
I think just up to the ceiling, and in the kitchen.
Okay, so there's a manhole in the pantry. Yeah, and in the kitchen.
So
What's that black mark there on the roof?
That there, I think it's just some
plaster that's come up.
missing plaster. There's no sort of water leaks as such that I'm aware of. We did have, when the roof was first replaced 12 years ago, I think there was some leaks around the flue, which is often the case, and they got fixed. But since that time, there's minor plaster issues, but yeah, no. Yeah.
And the property was tenanted for quite a few years. You had a really good tenant. They didn't have any issues from memory.
Yeah, we had the same tenant for 13 years, and we did sort of some repairs here and there, but yeah, like leaking and such wasn't one of them.
And under the carpet, Brendan, do the floorboards continue through, to your knowledge?
I don't know, unfortunately. Yeah, don't know.
And I just had another question with relation to the rent, as in how I know with a long-term tenant you may have had a fairly reasonable rent. I'm just going to see if I've got a rental appraisal. But what were you getting in rent, Brendan?
Yeah.
Can you hear me,
Sorry.
Brendan? That's
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, I think the rent was about $215 in the end a week. We kept it really cheap because she was a fantastic neighbour. So yeah, we could have put it up, but we chose not to.
Yeah, we don't do rentals in our office. I'll have a chat with Sue from Yarra Valley Rentals. She would provide us with a rental appraisal, and I would suggest it's going to be quite a lot more than $215 per week. That's for sure. I think I might have missed another question from someone. I apologise.
There was a question about the septic, which I'll just step outside for a second.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so here's the septic here. It's the older style septic. We did look at replacing it with a modern system. We just didn't get around to it just due to time.
Yeah, cool.
I think there was a question about the northern boundary, so I'll just step over to the northern boundary now. So this is the northern boundary, basically looking down the valley. 7A Glenbrook is on the left, and then 3 Glenbrook on the right there. And I'll just
the roof. Oh yeah, there we are. We're looking at number 5. There's the roof of number 5.
Yep.
And
there is
the driveway is on the title, and it would be the north. The western boundary starts just behind number 5. Again, I've got an aerial image which I can certainly email to people, which will show you where the house is in relation to number 5 and number 3.
There's a question about
water pressure.
Water pressure. Yeah, it's I think so. I think it's
Oh yeah, turn the hose on.
Yeah, it's not sure how you measure it, but it's there.
I'm just having a look. I'm just having a look to find out the size of the little wedge.
There was a question about the internet. So the tenant had NBN, so it's fibre to the node. I've got fibre to the node too, here, and I get, I don't know, 48 megabits down. Sorry, yeah, 48 down, 18 up. So I guess this place would probably get similar, maybe.
So who was asking about the size of the wedge? If you can either contact me, or if one of my colleagues is looking after you, I'll get that size for you. Hey, thanks, Alison. Was there anything else that that anyone else wanted to see, or any other questions? Are there any approvals for expansion? I think you'd need to talk to the Shire Yarra Rangers. How will the people access the leased area? The leased area, Wendy, the area that's for lease is being leased to Brendan and Leela, and their property is number 3, which backs onto 7A.
This here is essentially the lease area. Forgive my rubbish in the foreground. But the left side of these pickets and these tree guards, that's the leased area. There's no...
Was that question about fencing, I think?
No fencing currently.
No, that's right. Fantastic. Well, if everyone's happy for the time being, we have been recording this. So if you do want to have a copy, we can send that to you. Thank you. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. Obviously, thanks to Brendan and Leela. That was really awesome that we could do this. And if there's any information that you would like, yeah, please contact myself, our office, or if one of my colleagues has been looking after you, they can send you through the Section 32. I will get that leased area size for the person that asked about that. Damien, thank you. And yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Have a lovely rest of the weekend. And yeah, that's me signing out. Thank you. Take care.